If you think marrying a very rich guy will solve all your problems, then think again. I want to share a little bit about my relationship with money. I grew up with a dad who controlled me financially and who did not allow me to be a princess, calculated every dollar I spent, and whose money was dependent on how much I pleased him. I had a very toxic relationship with money because of that. My way of feeling love was somebody who would give me money unconditionally and would give me a princess life. And because I just love nice things. And I wasn't sure how to make more money because all I knew was if you wanted to make a lot, then you need to work 100 hours a week. And I was like, oh God, no, I don't want to do that. And believe me, I tried to work hard in school, but like no matter how much I studied, something is just not clicking. So I didn't get into medical school, something like that. And I was like, I've exhausted all my options. What is the next logical solution? Just find somebody who can provide for you so you can be the housewife. And for a while, I gone down the trad right wife route. Not that I became one, but I saw their life, the soft life making smoothies, and I was like, ooh, I want that. I dated some guys who were successful, but I found that they were quite stingy with money, actually. And whenever I would bring up wanting something, it felt kind of weird. Maybe because they were in their early career, so they didn't have the resources to give me what I want, and I was asking for something beyond their ability. Then I met somebody who loved me very much, was making some money but wasn't a lot. I had this very interesting conversation with him because we were discussing the problem of housing. Who should pay for the house? And I said, I'm very traditional. I want the guy to provide for me. If you're not going to buy a house, what can convince me to leave the comfort of my parents' house to come live with you? And so he said, well, no, we should pay for it together because it's our home. We're building something together. It makes sure both of us has something vested in the relationship. Nobody would leave too easily. I was like, isn't that kind of like you're just trying to trap me in this relationship with money? I asked him, if you had everything, like the money, the career, you can have any woman you want, what would that woman look like? Is it me? Because I assume that's how very successful men would pick their wives. He said the kind of woman I would pick based on the two scenarios I was in would be different. In the first one would be where he was not too successful yet. He would want somebody who would be there for him. He wouldn't be too picky about the girl as long as she can contribute to the relationship as well. And it would make sure that both of them wouldn't leave too easily. While if he was very successful, he would want somebody only to improve the quality of his life because he already has everything. So he doesn't want a girl who would be causing more trouble for him. He just wants somebody who is smiling and helpful around the house. But he said his attachment to this woman would be less because they didn't go through hardship together. And that made me rethink finding a rich guy. Because when they already have everything, they would demand something of you to be perfect and to not cause him trouble. But, in a relationship, you're supposed to emotionally support each other. And what if sometimes I am down and depressed? I want my husband to be there comforting me. If he wouldn't deal with my bullshit, so to say, then I don't want that. It feels so transactional. But then there's this other thought where, if I'm building something with a guy, what if he's just using me to build the thing he wants and will leave me after he has already built his empire? My current thought is the best way is to find somebody who you think has good character and who is ambitious, who knows what they're doing, and who will succeed, who you're willing to invest in. But that also requires you to have the brains to know whether this person is smart or not. It's like investing in stocks. And in order to be able to discern what's a good stock or not, you need to acquire some financial brains, some ability to make money. And so I've started working full time for 1 year. And in that 1 year, I've discovered investing. And because my drive to make my own money, to not be controlled by men, was so strong that for 4 months, I read all the books I can find, tried to look into technical trading, how to evaluate a company, all of that, and got into the stock market, lost some money, made some money, and I was like, wow, girl, I want to become the rich girl, because that gives me security. You can't deny that money gives you certain comfort, that it allows you to leave abusive situations or situations that's not for you. I've known some friends who are stuck in very sad relationships because the guy was providing housing and they were living away from their parents, and if they were to leave, they wouldn't know where to live. I don't want ever somebody to control me. And even though a guy says they love you very much, who knows what will happen in the change of heart, right? And with what's happened to the Wizard Liz recently, I think we always have to have some reservation. And I think a good guy would understand this. And if he truly loves you, then he will want to provide for you regardless of whether you're making money for yourself or not. And I saw this video. It says you can tell if a guy really loves a woman by how much he teaches her to survive on her own. For example, teaching her business skills, how to make money, putting things under her name, buying her property. And I don't think that is I think that is the correct model for a relationship, for no party to expect anything of the other person and to be completely independent, but you are willing to invest in each other. And wow, after hearing so many stories, I have just such high standards for men now, because humans change very easily. And I'm not being very pessimistic when I say all you can trust is yourself, but that really is the fact. Who knows, maybe I'll change my view. I will meet a guy who loves me very much, but I will never stop wanting to make more money, because right now, to me, making money is about creating value and doing something meaningful. And I actually thought of not working for a while. Actually, I did. After uni, I took a gap year where I was not making any money, was just traveling. And that did not feel satisfying at all. It was fun for the first few months. But then as you travel to all the landmarks, talk to people, I realized how much I wanted to create meaning, to have impact in the world, and to express myself and to create something. And if you just want to be the housewife, just to spend money all day, maybe you'll not feel very fulfilled either. And I think if I were to marry somebody who could provide for me, I would still have my side business or a side project. I would be super into philanthropy, start a charity. Like, I already have all these thoughts, the things I want to do. And I don't want to live a very soft life. I want to live a very meaningful life, to be surrounded by great things, great people, and to leave a legacy. That's what I really want.